Welcome to Easy Email Marketing. I'm your host, Yael Keown, mum, FIFO wife, MBA, coffee lover, Survivor superfan, and creator of the email experience. In Easy Email Marketing, you'll benefit from my nearly 20 years experience, where I'll be teaching you all the tips, tricks, and insider info on how to create feel-good, non-spammy experiences for your subscribers. Let's get stuck in. Welcome back to the Easy Email Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Yael Keown, and today I want to talk quarter four activities. So at the time of recording, we are in October and nearing the end of the year. But of course, you can apply this at any time, really. But it is so easy to start writing off the rest of this year and say, I'll get onto it next year. Already I'm seeing so much content on social media about how it's like the last 90 days or only 90 days left. It's like this attitude that we are so short of time and we either have to go all in or, you know what, just write it off until next year. But here's the thing. It is still a whole spacious 3 months. 3 months. You do not need to buy into this time scarcity, this rush energy. You can choose how you perceive this time. And we can choose any day, any week, any month to start on something that we have said is a priority for our businesses. And let's be honest, at the beginning of this year, you probably set yourself a lot of goals. And I suspect if you're listening to this podcast, email marketing was probably one of them. But real talk, have you taken action on that yet? Have you done something about it yet? And are you still going to do something about it? Because yes, you could wait until January and then repeat the whole cycle all over again, or you can get stuck in and start smashing out some things straight away. And today I'm going to be sharing 5 different email marketing things that you could very easily smash out this quarter without using a ton of time, so that you start getting that momentum now, so that when you do come into the new year, you are good to go, you are rocking and rolling, and you've got some fantastic systems in place. Also, at the end, I am sharing details about my free email marketing bootcamp, which is happening next week at the time of this episode gets published. So if you need a kickstart to begin any of these things that I'm talking about, then definitely register for that bootcamp. You will hear all about my shortcuts, top tips, and you'll get the opportunity for some hot seat coaching as well, so we can apply it to your business. So you can learn more about that at the end of the episode. But if you're really eager, you can all, of course, go ahead and sign up now at yaelkeown.com/bootcamp. The link will be in the podcast notes. One more thing before I get stuck into the different things you can smash out this quarter. I also know I have a group of listeners, especially my e-commerce people, who might be coming into their busiest time of year, especially in terms of sales. So we're talking Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that stuff. So to you, I say yes. Your biggest priority is maximizing those sales. And I'm definitely having an upcoming episode just for you about how to maximize those opportunities. But please, for now, don't forget the value of nurturing your audience and providing engaging content in the lead up to your promotions and adding in these email marketing things, because all they will do is amplify your efforts. So for you, your priority is the sales. So it is okay to feel like you don't need to add any big projects this quarter or something else to smash out. However, stick around, as these ideas can be used anytime, or you might just find some that help with your sales efforts and help you get in the best position to be able to sell and get your audience excited and ready to buy and just, take these sales promotional periods to the next level. So please stick with me. Okay, let's get stuck into the 5 things you can still smash out this year and not leave to next year. Thing number 1 is you can get set up. So for those of you who have been listening and are kind of like, yes, I know I need to get going, and you still haven't, this is the time. Honestly, it does not have to be difficult. I've got a whole episode 37, on how to get started with email marketing, so definitely check that one out. But all you need to do is choose some software. You need to create a sign-up form, and you need to have an automated welcome email for when someone signs up. That's it. So yes, it can be daunting, and that selection process, and we can make it into this bigger thing than it needs to be. But honestly, you can go and sign up to something. I've got my episodes about what the best email marketing software is. Choose something, set it up within an hour, create a sign-up form and welcome email within an hour. And then after that, it's just a matter of starting to send some regular emails and letting people know that your list exists. You could do that in a day easy. So thing number 1 is get set up so it's there, because the last thing we want is to get to another 3 months and we're at the beginning of next year and you still have missed out on the opportunity to get some subscribers just because you couldn't find that little bit of time to get set up. I mean, that's real talk. Get it set up, get a way to start capturing those leads now so that you're not losing even more time. Thing number 2 that you can do is re-engage your list. So if you're one of those people who have a list already, but you haven't emailed them for a while, absolutely start re-engaging your list now, especially before it gets to the really busy peak Christmas time. So this one does take time in the sense that it doesn't happen overnight, but it doesn't take much time every sort of week. So literally all you need to do is write an email a week, 1 hour a week for the next few weeks. And that's just about sending an email and getting back into that groove and building that engagement. And by doing this, you'll go into either these sales promotions you've got, or you'll start going into the new year with a list that is opening. They are clicking, they are replying, they are engaging, and they are interested. Instead of just sitting there, not hearing from you again for some period of time. So this is a fantastic opportunity to re-engage your list. So yes, as I mentioned, it takes time in that, it's not going to happen that you can smash all this out in one day, but you can do it over a few months by just making it a consistent habit to get back in and talking to your audience. I have an episode 8, all about how to re-engage your list if this is you, so make sure to check that out. Thing number 3 is generating leads. So for the first one, I mentioned getting set up so you have the potential to generate leads and that you don't miss out on getting some names on your in your email database. But we can also be a bit more proactive. And we want to start maybe adding in some sort of a lead magnet. So that's a freebie download, like a PDF file. It could be a masterclass. It could be a challenge. It could be anything that you come up with that's as a little bit of a list builder. It could also be a quick win type one. So if you're like, okay, I've got a sales promotion coming up and I just want to get some more leads before that happens, you could do something perhaps like a giveaway. So in exchange for the email address, they enter a draw to win a prize or something like that, just to get something going ahead of. So it's kind of like a mini launch strategy, but it's ahead of some other campaign that you've got going on. Or you could just want to implement some sort of lead generation tactic. So again, you are coming into the new year with some fresh leads. You've got, a great database people to connect with and make your offers to. Episode 10 is for you if you are interested in knowing how to grow your email list. Thing number 4 is your welcome series or sales funnel. So these are absolutely the most important emails you can send, and that is the title of episode 14 if you want to check that out and learn more about your welcome series. But this is what is sent immediately after someone signs up to your list, and often maybe we'll just have the one email. But this is your opportunity to maybe create a series of emails, or if you've already got a series, reviewing it, or adding to the end of it to make it even better. And this is always about leading your audience from point A to point B. So where are they now when they first sign up? What's their challenge? What's their frustration? And then where do they need to be to make an informed decision about taking the next step with you? So what do they need to know and feel about your offer, whatever it is, whether it's a product or a service, before they book in or buy from you? And how can you help make that decision easier? Like, do you need to create some authority so that they know they can trust you, that you seem to know what you're talking about? Or do they need to feel connection, that you understand their challenges and frustrations? Or do you need to bust an excuse to, if you commonly hear the same thing over and over again, like, I don't have time, or I'm not techie enough, whatever it is, can you combat that in the series? Can you really just meet them where they're at and just say, you know what, you are not alone. This is actually more common than you think. You are not weird, and talking about that. So what are some of these things that you can talk about through your welcome series that gets them to the point about, yes, I need to take action on this now, and I want to work with you, or I want to buy from you. So having that welcome series in place is something that will, provide returns for forevermore until you want to change it. And obviously, of course, we also want to make sure we're including some sort of offer in this. We don't want to just end it and go, and hopefully you've enjoyed this. Lead them somewhere. Tell them what they can do next and be really blatant about it. And then when you're doing the lead generation tactics that we spoke about earlier as the other things, all those new leads will have an opportunity to buy from you straight away. And so you're maximizing that potential. Okay. And finally, thing number 5, and probably not a surprise to you, is to add in automations. If you want more sales, if you want to be able to support your audience better, if you want to provide amazing customer service, then automations are for you. This is all about setting up things that will send when your audience is most interested in hearing from you or most likely to take action. And you can do this without having to always rely on sending, my weekly newsletter. And there are a ton of them you can set up, and you can do an individual one in an hour or less. And if you just thought, okay, I'm just going to do one this week and one next week, imagine how many you'll have in place by the end of the year. It is amazing. So I have done a few very recent episodes on this, especially focused towards one on e-commerce, which is episode 61, one on services, which is episode 63, and one for online businesses, which is episode 65. So make sure to check that out to get some ideas about the types of automations you can add into your business and just see which ones you can add. Now, none of these things take a lot of time. Most of them only take an hour or two to get started with. So if you could just allocate a couple of hours a month to your email marketing, you would make significant progress and create significant impact on your bottom line. You will have systems in place that will grow your leads and your sales automatically, and that will happen today. You will see impact now, but also in the future. I don't want to see you wasting another 3 months or another year or more because it's just something you don't get around to. Because the truth is, this does not take a ton of time. Now, if you do want that extra motivation and you do want that support from me, then you do definitely want to join me for the free email marketing bootcamp, which I have coming up next week. Over 4 days, plus a few extra bonuses, you and I will be finally getting your email marketing sorted. Every day I'll be hopping on Zoom and as a very interactive teaching session where we'll talk about one big challenge. And then also at the end, there's plenty of time for questions and even some hot seat coaching. So we can ensure that we know how to apply this, to your business. So it's happening next week, October 24th to 27th, 2022. And there's live sessions daily, with access to the recordings if you can't make any of them live, plus a bunch of other fun stuff, which I'm excited to reveal. So over those days, you will learn how email marketing really works and how you can do it your way. You'll learn what to send your email list that isn't sleazy, spammy, or salesy. So if you don't know what to send, definitely this is for you. You'll learn what email marketing software is best for you and your business. And we'll talk through the 6 steps to using email to grow your business with more ease and in less time. So all of this stuff is about getting momentum and getting you confident and ready to hit send on your first or next email. And you'll be in the perfect place to smash out one or more of these email marketing projects. So make sure to register now at yaelkeown.com/bootcamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you about what you have enjoyed from this episode or what you want to know more about next. Please let me know over on Instagram. I am at yaelkeown, and I will see you in the next episode and at bootcamp. Thank you for listening to Easy Email Marketing. It's an absolute honor that you chose to listen. If you love this episode, then it would mean the world to me if you could leave a review so that others can find this podcast and make their email marketing easy too. Finally, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. Until next time, have an awesome day and make sure to keep showing up and serving in those inboxes.